Before we preview Cowboys versus Cardinals, look, the likes aren't working. I don't know what it is this year, but they're just not resulting in the wins we need for the Cowboys. Let's change it to comments then. More comments hopefully equals a Cowboys win. Spam me in the comments section if you want the Cowboys to beat the Arizona Cardinals, and whoever comments the most gets a free raffle for our Monday Night Football giveaway. The Cowboys are back at home against the Arizona Cardinals on Monday Night Football. Dallas a narrow 2.5-point favorite as they host a Cardinals team coming off their bye, but who haven't won a game in not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 games, which would be 6 weeks, by the way. The Cardinals and the Cowboys are similar in the sense that they both barely have negative point differentials. The Cardinals because their offense is bottom half and their defense is just above average. The Cowboys because their offense is top 2 and their defense is bottom 2. In fact, by the way, every NFL team that is scoring in the top 12 in points per game is above 500. Except for the Dallas Cowboys. Tells you how bad things are right now. Let's talk some injuries to watch, by the way. First up is Jack Sanborn and his groin. Seems like he tweaked that and kind of build up to the game in the warm-up section, despite some whatever weirdness Mike Florio was trying to report. Don't know if he's going to be able to go. We'll know more when the injury reports start coming out. Donovan Wilson missed last week's game. So too did Juanyeh Thomas. We'll see about the elbow shoulder for Donovan. I hope Juanyeh's okay. Like, migraines are the worst. My first one put me in the hospital, but it's been 2 weeks now, and I would get worried of like, okay, what's the underlying reason here? Like that's what starts to worry me there. He's tried to practice. Vision has been an issue. A lot of problems going on there for Juanyeh. Hopefully he's okay. Sounds like the other safety, Alijah Clark, will not be able to go. Cooper Beebe has a real chance to return from his ankle injury. And Ajani Cornelius, battling dueling knee injuries, has been a healthy scratch even anyway. So Cowboys don't need a roster spot to bring back Beebe. If they did, it might have been Cornelius. Cardinals injuries to watch. They are getting healthier. Kyler Murray missed the past 2 games with his injury. Should be good to go in this one. We'll spend some time talking about him. Amari DiMercado and Bam Knight will be the lead backs for 1 more week. Maybe a practice squad call for Michael Carter. But DiMercado was questionable last week, or last game. Should be good to go. We'll see. Katan Crawford, a safety, should be back. Walter Nolan hasn't played yet this year. Was on the I think it was PUP list to begin the season with a calf injury. In theory, he'll be back for this game. First time we'll see him. Garrett Williams also still on IR. Doesn't need to return to practice. We'll see if he's going to be able to go or not. Might be a little bit too quick. Who we got in this game? D for the Dallas Cowboys, A for the Arizona Cardinals, since we can't type C for anything. Go vote. D for the Cowboys, A for the Cardinals. Let's talk keys to victory in this one. Number 1, you need your quarterback to bounce back. It is fine for us to say he did not play a very good game. That was, I think, pretty easily Dak Prescott's worst game of the season. If you had a competent defense, maybe it could have still been somewhat competitive, but the defense wasn't competitive at all. Overall this year, he's still been really good. We'll talk more in depth about some of the particular matchups for Dak against this Cardinals defense, but I do think this has the potential to very much be a bounce-back game for Dak Prescott. Overall this year, it's tough to find 5, 6, whatever the number is, quarterbacks who have played better than him, as disappointing as last week's performance was. Number 2. This is a weekly occurrence, and it's not happened very much. Can the defense just, not suck? That's the bar. I don't even need a top 15 defense. Can you just be not bottom 5? The best games this year have been 22 points allowed. Maybe 20 if you want to go with the safety, which was pretty funny. They're 31st in points per game. They're 32nd in EPA per play. They're 32nd in success rate. They're dead last in third down defense. They're 31st in yards per game. They're 31st in yards per play. They're 31st in passing yards per game. They're 29th in rushing yards per game. They just suck. And we'll talk more about this. They did, went back and watched, not just the raw numbers. Good shouts by Bobby Belt to point it out first. They did do more man last week. It was all in the fourth quarter. Team's a joke. Cardinals offense is not that good. They're pretty mediocre this year. They're 20th in points per game. Their EPA per play is 18th. Success rate's low, 28th. The reason why is they've been really good on third downs this year. Like, they've been a bad early down team, and they've kind of been able to bail themselves out with a lot of good third down success. That explains some of the yards per play, EPA, success rate differences there. After being a really good run team last year, in part because of injuries in the backfield, they have not been a very good running team this year. We'll come back to the run defense side and Kyler Murray here in a second. Today's show is made possible by Ethos. As a father of 2 kids, it's not fun to think about what would happen if something happened to you, but you do need to be prepared. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/NFL daily. That's ethos.com/NFL daily. They're a trustworthy company that disrupts the traditional life insurance industry. And as of March 2025, Business Insider named Ethos as the #1 no medical exam instant life insurance provider. Ethos is an online platform that makes getting life insurance fast and easy to protect family's future in minutes, not months. There is no complicated process, and it's 100% online. No medical exam is required. You just answer a few health questions and get a quote in as little as 10 minutes. 3 million families have completed their applications and trusted Ethos to help find the right coverage for them. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/NFL daily. That's ethos.com/NFL daily. Application times may vary, rates may vary. Links to the comments section and the description of today's show. Number 3 key to victory, no Kyler Murray AT&T dominance. Do not let him continue to do what he's always done at this stadium, dating back to his high school days, as we will hear a lot in the coming week on the broadcast. Kyler Murray has never lost at AT&T Stadium. He is undefeated in high school, in college, and in the NFL against the Dallas Cowboys. Don't let him go 10-0. Kyler, I think, benefits a lot from being the #1 overall pick. The caliber of play, outside of like really a half season back in the 1 year they were good with Cliff Kingsbury, honestly, I have been unimpressed. He struggles with the issues that his size bring. He has not been a consistent player, and we would not be giving him so much benefit of the doubt from a national media perspective if he were, I don't know, a 4th-round pick. Give me your score prediction between the Cowboys and the Cardinals. I say all of that about Kyler, knowing he's going to have his best game of the year, because that's what happens against the Dallas Cowboys defense. Give me your score prediction of the Cowboys and the Cardinals. Number 4 is your run game has to be better on both sides of the ball. The run offense and the run defense must bounce back. Last couple weeks, the Cowboys haven't been as good on the run. Not that they've been bad. They don't run the ball that much. Game scripts have been a factor here, but they're 13th in yards per game. They're 9th in yards per carry. That's honestly all I need out of this run game with how good the passing offense has been over the course of the season. They're top 3 in touchdowns. They don't generate that many explosive runs, but they are very efficient. They're top 12 in EPA per carry still and success rate. A little below league average yards before contact, 10th in yards after contact. Javante's been super fun there. Don't get stuffed that much. They're a fringe top 10 run game. When you have a top 3 passing offense, that's really all you need. Arizona's run defense, meanwhile, hasn't faced that many attempts. Their pass defense, as we'll discuss this week, has some flaws. They're 12th in yards per game allowed, 14th in yards per carry, 17th in touchdowns, explosive runs, stuff rate, yards before contact. There's all in that kind of average-ish range. Cowboys' run defense, meanwhile, facing just outside top 10 run rate, but they're allowing bottom 5 numbers. They're 29th in yards per game, or 25th in yards per carry, which is just all kinds of concerns there. 10th or tied 24th in touchdowns, tied for 30th in explosive runs allowed. They're really bad there. They're not stopping for no gain. They're 29th in stuff rate, 31st in EPA per carry, dead last in success rate, 29th in yards before contact, 19th in yards after contact. They just have not been a good enough team in general against the run, because turns out Treading and Micah did not fix all of your issues there. I need better play from Kenny Clark up front. He has been inconsistent, and the linebackers have been outright bad. But Arizona was one of the most successful run offenses last year. They've lost Clayton Adams. They've had some injuries in the backfield, and they've struggled to run the football. They're 20th in yards per game, relatively efficient at 14th in yards per carry, but they don't generate explosives. They're well below average in stuff rate, EPA per carry, and success rate. Arizona will try to run the football a little bit because it's what smart teams try to do against the Cowboys, but they got all kinds of problems there. I think this should be a game in which your run defense looks a little bit better. We'll be live for the Cowboys versus Cardinals Monday Night Football matchup. Then we'll be right back again on Tuesday for NFL trade deadline coverage. Hit that sub button so you don't miss out. Final key to victory. Assuming this game is close, which is a reasonable assumption, I need this team to be clutch. And make note, I said team, not just one side of the ball. Against the Eagles, that was kind of a weird second half game after the weather delay where no one could move the ball on offense, but you had so many drops that you kind of blew it. Against the Giants, you managed to rally and have kind of a crazy performance in that high-scoring affair. You tied against the Packers. You lost against Carolina. Dallas is 1-2-1 in one-score games so far this season. Arizona has only played one-score games. They beat the Saints by 7. They beat the Panthers by 5. They lost to the Niners by 1. They lost to Seattle by 3. They lost to Tennessee in one of the most hilarious choke jobs you will ever see. They lost by 1 there. They lost by 4 against Indy. Lost by 4 against Green Bay. They've had chances. They have not been able to close out those one-score games. Normally, you finish around 500, especially over multiple years. You have to close them out in what I think will end up being a close game. So as always, my score prediction. I've got the Cowboys winning this week, 30-26. Another one-score game. Dallas guts it out. We still don't feel great about the defense. We feel good about the offense, but this probably is the must-win game card getting played again. If you lose against 2-5 Arizona, it might be over, guys.